Hello, this is Group 1's presentation on the controversy of the Freedmen statue. First, we have to talk about Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th President of the United States and took office in March of 1861. He was later assassinated in April of 1865. His leadership throughout the American Civil War and his efforts to maintain the Union, abolish slavery, and establish freedom and equality for all Americans. The creator of the statue. A sculptor from the United States named Thomas Ball created the Freedmen statue. It was built by him in 1876 and placed in Washington, D.C.'s Lincoln Park. The Western Sanitary Commission, which was a humanitarian organization that supported Union soldiers and freedmen during the Civil War, supplied funding for the memorial. In order to pay the respects of the emancipation of the slaves and to recognize President Abraham Lincoln's contribution to the Emancipation Proclamation, the Commission had started a fundraising effort. The slave in the Freedman statue that was depicted kneeling was named Archer Alexander, who was born into slavery in Virginia in 1813 and lived until 1880. In addition to his association with the abolitionist movement and the Emancipation Memorial in Washington, D.C., he is well known for his incredible story of bravery and determination. Archer Alexander became a free man in Missouri after Eliot assisted him in escaping. Later on, Alexander became a well-liked part of the community and worked as a groundskeeper for Eliot. Now we will get into the controversy behind the Freedman statue. So these are some of the pros that we found. The first would be historical significance. This statue honors the emancipation of slaves and the history behind their fight for freedom. It could also serve as a symbol of hope. This statue is a constant reminder of how slaves persevered through all of the discrimination and oppression that they faced. Lastly, the Freedman statue provides education about racial injustices in the past and shows how far the world has changed since then. Now we get into the cons. First, some people believe that this statue depicts symbols of racism and oppression by having the slave kneel before Abraham Lincoln, who is standing. Some also believe that the statue lacks to fully represent the hardships that African Americans faced during slavery and want the statue to be more inclusive and depict them. Lastly, by having the slave kneeling, it depicts a role of subservience instead of rising up towards freedom. These are two videos that further illustrate the controversy behind the Lincoln statue in Washington, D.C. The first video highlights how Black Americans feel towards the statue. Some believe that the statue depicts a black man in shackles kneeling before a white man who is in a position of power. Others believe that the statue depicts how Lincoln helped free the slaves by showing the man breaking out of his shackles and rising up towards freedom and a better life. The second video shows multiple gatherings and protests around the Freedman statue, demanding that it be taken down because of its depiction of racism and oppression. Resolution. We believe that erecting a new statue that more accurately captures the spirit of liberty that President Lincoln introduced would be a great idea. The new statue should show the slave standing together with Lincoln to represent the freedoms that he brought rather than kneeling in front of Lincoln as the original depicts. That is the end of our presentation for Group 1. Thank you.